Howdy doody. This is just a reminder. If you go around manipulating and tricking and disregarding people's feelings, you're gonna feel your own pain. So, why do people do these things? Because they're not comfortable being vulnerable. They're not comfortable saying, here's me, now judge me, because most people fear judgment. But if you're wise enough to realize your judgment doesn't change who I am, it's just your opinion of me, then who cares if people are judging you, right? We can all get out of a toxic existence. We just have to learn to understand that what I am, what I have allowed myself to become, what I choose to be, serves me. If I'm not hurting anybody, if I'm not lying and manipulating to get things in my life, then it's all good. But when you go around and you start manipulating and, I want what they have, so I'm going to trick them into that. I'm going to offer them something less valuable and make it look valuable. And then instead of it breaking on me, it will break on them. That's not fair. Don't play the sleight of hand. Don't try to become a magician, right? Don't cut people short thinking you're going to elevate yourself, because in the end you're going to pay for that. I know, because I'm watching from the outside somebody do that to themselves. Things they did to me that were unjust. And now they're reaching out to me, like almost trying to claw their way back. Save me. My face still hurts from the smack from the last time. Shoot. It's like gnats or moths to a flame or June bugs. We sit on the porch and we get pelted by June bugs all the time while we're talking, and it's like you got to talk like this so you're not eating one. Why? Why would you invite something back into your life that already showed you that it's capable of manipulating and being toxic and lying and cheating and stealing? Don't invite that back into your life. When you get the devil out of your life, or the devilish entities, the energies, create boundaries. Keep them out. Do yourself that favor. Because I promise you, when you can say, I'm not entertaining that. I don't deserve that. I want more than that. I will have more than that. When you can do that for yourself, you're going to see doors open up. And I'm talking about when they open up, they open up. Song just went off in my head. But like right now, I went from being in a depressed state, dealing with spackling and fixing my heart, because it hurts when we trust people and then learn that we shouldn't have trusted those people. But that in itself was the lesson. If you can get through the lesson without lashing back and creating havoc in someone else's life, retaliating. It's called forgiveness. When you can forgive, you can learn that lesson and move on. And then, like I said, new doors will open up. And I think a lot of people hold on to, oh, so-and-so did this to me and so said that and how dare they and blah, 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 blah. Who cares what other people are doing? Because when you're a genuine person, when you live your life a certain way, the way that you are, the world can see. The world will eventually catch on to a hater and say, I actually like that person they're talking smack about. Like, I don't see the problem with them. Why would I get on the hate train? And then eventually the person that's trying to manipulate everyone around you to turn against you, their true self is shown. So when you let justice be served outside of your hands, because once again, I'll remind you, it says in the Bible, justice is mine, vengeance is mine. That's from the higher power. When you try to put that in your own hands, you're doing that out of a spiteful place that's fueled by fear or hate. you're going to burn yourself. Let it go. We have to all learn to release and sit back. And it takes time. I used to, when it came to my kid's dad, I was like, this is so unfair. I'm having to work my butt off. I'm having to provide everything. All I did was give my kids a safe space, and I'm having to pay for it. And then I had to go back and say, but I made that deal. I made the deal. Don't put any child support, knowing I wasn't going to get it anyways because of things that had come to pass, things that had been said. Howie went on the run anyways. But making that deal, leave them alone, and I won't ask you to help support them. Very plain and simple. Because I knew if there was a monetary exchange, the manipulation, the abuse would continue for them when they had to visit him, or they would shut down, and it would be something traumatic for them. And I knew that it was worth the effort I was going to have to put in. I didn't realize it was going to make me so tired, but this is the world we live in right now, right? Very expensive. All of that aside, I could have gone and tried to, everyone tells me still, go file for child support. But I made a deal. It doesn't matter the deal I made. I'm not going to go back on my word. Because to me, that's being spiteful. To me, that is, okay, I manipulated you to go away. I stooped to your level to get what they needed. Now I'm going to become you. Don't let the person that hurts you turn you into them. Because it's very easy when we want to go back and we want to, I'm going to show you. You hurt me, now I'm going to hurt you. That's not how this works. Because you only allow people to treat you the way that you allow them to treat you. You have more power than you believe you have. People don't come up to you and say, you're going to do this today. That's not, we don't live in the Wild West anymore. Some days I wish we did. That's another topic another day, because everything is so out of hand. There's so much disrespect. There's so much hatred. There's so much lack of vulnerability, lack of accountability. This world has gotten to a point where it's like, how do you as an adult truly behave that way? How are you okay being the non-example for your children? Still yet another topic. But we have to continue going through life and say, today is not the day. I'm not going to become the Grim Reaper. I'm not going to become karma and put justice in my own hands. When you choose to do that, you are bringing on more karmic debt for yourself. You're actually, the longer you do it and you think you get away with it, you better realize that Spirit is allowing you to, there's a mark, there's a mark, there's a mark, there's a mark, and gradually build up till eventually it's like, you know what? This has gone on long enough. Here's the platter you made. You have to ask yourself, are you capable of digesting that which you put out? Because if you can't handle what is going to come back, if you couldn't handle someone else treating you the way you're treating them, you better get on the good foot. And I'm talking, you better hightail it out of Toxicville. Because when you choose to stay in that mindset of I can do whatever I want, I can hurt whoever I want, it's not going to affect me. I had somebody tell me one time, I don't believe in karma, but you act like you believe in spirituality. They kind of go hand in hand here. It's like saying I believe in the Bible, but I don't believe in Jesus. There's a higher innate sense of being. You cannot proclaim to be one way and then turn around and say, oh, but the bad side of it, not even the bad side, the justice side of it isn't going to touch me because I'm better than that. I believe in something greater. That's not how this works. Everything has a reaction, right? Every action has a reaction. Just like you can have potential energy, give it a little flick and it becomes kinetic in a heartbeat. For whatever reason, my tongue is trying to be tied today. It's like the other night I was hearing a song and just spitting it out, and I sorry if that was loud. It seriously felt like someone put their hand around my neck and said, shut up. These things happen when you are speaking the truth. A lot of times. Especially as people that are readers or clairvoyant or messengers. You start tapping into certain energies. A lot of times not even by choice. It's just like that energy goes, hey, I want you to share this. Okay. And then other energies come in and say, no, you can't share that. And you'll start choking. Things start itching. You start looking crazy like you have fleas. But it's what comes with the territory of being who we are. We've had to learn to forgive, love, and let go. And if anything, a lot of us are trying to remind you to do the same, as well as inform you of the stories of what's going on around you that you don't see. You know, I read something that said God removed you from that situation because things were said behind closed doors that you did not hear. That happens in a lot of relationships. And I'm not talking about just romantic relationships. In many situations, there are people that will smile in your face. The OJs tell you they're backstabbers. The one theory is keep your friends close but your enemies closer. So you have to always question, who is on my side? Who would have my back if push came to shove? I remember my dad said one time, it was a buddy of his, they would go and shoot pool and the buddy would mouth off and stuff. Yeah, I got your back. I got you way, way back. You do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to get involved in that, basically. My dad taught us early on to mind our own business. If you can't afford it, work for it. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. My mother was a part of these lessons as well. They taught us to be patient, kind, loving. If something didn't suit us, they taught us, walk away. Don't entertain it. Because I've learned you can't change people. That shouldn't be your goal in life. If you can settle with what they're doing and you're okay with that, that's your choice. Just ask yourself how they're affecting other people, because then you're going to see how they are going to affect you. Because we are a virus, in a sense. Cyanobacteria. It's bacteria. That's what humans arose from, scientifically. So we have to remember that we have the ability to spread all kinds of things. Other viruses, ideas, energies. It's endless. Whatever the wind blows, you can be subjected to. So I want you to remember that if someone's coming at you, let them. I used to say, you better come at me straight or I'm going to come at you sideways, and I still stand on that. Not meaning I'm going to tear you up, I'm going to destroy your reputation. Basically, you're going to get exactly what you deserve from me. We can go from this, hey, how you doing, to one day you're here and the next day you're gone. Real simple. You can be in my light, you can be in my life, you can feel my love, you can feel my warmth, but I can flick it just the same. I've learned in order to protect myself, there are certain instances where I'm guided to cut people out of my life. I was recalling a story or a situation with my friend last night about something I went through about 2.5 years ago, about how I was living in a house with somebody and they gradually became more and more, I don't want to call them psychotic. Their actions were showing they were dangerous. And I was planning on leaving a couple days later, trying to get everything set up to where my kids and I could not leave like we were running for our lives. And I remember sitting upstairs thinking, I wish this would just hurry up. I wish tomorrow would come and something in my head said, get out. Get out now. Your life is in danger. Leave. We did. And I'm pretty sure that was a saving grace. Because when somebody is so toxic and you see their behavior changing, same person, I had to borrow their car one day. They had gotten mad at me. They had a knife collection. It was somebody I was dating. And when I got in his car, I looked at the steering wheel like, what the hell happened? And I even asked him, what happened to your steering wheel? He goes, oh, I wanted to stab myself, so instead I stabbed my steering wheel. I'm talking there was 50 stab wounds in the horn. And I remember that night I was periodically hearing the horn and then, like, what the hell is going on? But I knew not to go look. Don't go looking for trouble. So that person was gradually mentally breaking down because they had been lying and manipulating, stealing, cheating, all these things. And when I called them out on it, this is where you better be careful. When you call somebody out on their behavior and they are seen. Because most people are used to manipulating and getting away with it. When you see it and you have the courage to call it out, they're like, their demons look at you like, oh, you want to play? You think you know me? You better be very strong. You better have a connection with a higher power to where when you pray for that protection shows up. That protection makes sure that steering wheel gets stabbed and not you. Because in the end, I figured out it was me he wanted to stab. It was me he hated. Keep your enemies closer, right? Learn to look at people's behavior. It will save your life. Learn to let go of hate. It will save your heart. Learn to let a higher power serve justice. It will give you dharma, not karma. You can live a happier life and open so many doors as long as you're willing to let go in a loving heart. I'm going to leave it on that note. Love everybody. Have a great day. Bye.